and let me quickly introduce myself. I am Bhairavi Mehta, and I am a practitioner, mentor, and teaching assistant, as well as an associate instructor with the Reconnection. The Reconnection is a company founded by Dr. Eric Pearl, and the work that we do is called the Reconnective Healing. So today's webinar is more for to understand the reconnective healing and the frequencies at depth, and also to quickly have a little experiential session. So before starting, let me tell you that how this work was found and little more about Dr. Eric Paul as well. So Dr. Eric Paul was a chiropractor back in US, say back in 1993, and he had a flourishing practice. But overnight, something happened, and he started seeing a lot of changes. He started seeing people being healed without him even touching, people having different experiences, and he started a journey to figure out and find out the quest of what is happening through him. And through various channel message, he came to know that there is some light information and energy which is being transmitted into the planet in the form of these frequencies. And later, he named it as the reconnective healing frequencies. So we are here to spread the awareness of this beautiful work and see how it can help us make our life better than what it is today. So let me brief you about who I am and why I practice this work with so much of passion. So I'm actually an engineer. I have studied environmental engineering and absolutely a logical, cognitive headed person. But at some point in life, my husband developed gout. So, gout is excess of uric acid. Whoever knows about gout gives you immense pain. Uric acid crystals actually come and settle at some joints, and there is inflammation, there is redness, and there is immense pain. A person with a gout attack will also not be able to, bear a tissue or a feather on that part. It pains so badly. So my husband had this problem which went on for almost 5, 6 years. We tried everything possible on the planet. So say we went to dietitians, we went to rheumats, we went to cardiologists, we went to renal specialists, we tried Ayurveda, we tried everything that came our way because the gout would not just let him live in peace. Whenever he would get a gout attack, he had to stay back home. It wouldn't work well for him. His business was being affected. We had our kids who were small that time, so everything was a mess. And then came my way, reconnective healing. I tried various other modalities earlier also, and they gave him a bit of relief wherein the uric acid would come down, but then again it would come back to what it was. We didn't see anything where it just vanished from his life. And I wanted something that is instantaneous, that is permanent, something, a healing that is sustainable, so that we didn't have to face it again and again. And when I came to know about Dr. Eric Pearl, and the work that he does, I was fascinated because he says that it transcends beyond traditional healing techniques. And that made a lot of sense to me that, oh, yes, because you are bound to do certain things when you follow certain techniques, therapies, or procedures. You are dependent on those tools. You have to be focused to finish that ritual that you have been told to, but sometimes it becomes difficult. We are sometimes in stress, sometimes situations don't help us, sometimes our loved ones or whomever we want to be healed might not be believing, might not be cooperating. It could also be that they are not able to do it for that long and they get frustrated, irritated, and then don't follow what they are supposed to do. So when I came to know about reconnective healing, it was the client doesn't have to do anything. And that brought me that smile that I don't have to be on his head that you have to do this, you have to do this, or you eat this, or you don't eat this. So for me, it was like a relief. Okay, let's see now how this works. And I was so fascinated. I flew all the way to Germany in 2010, and I learned this work in Hamburg, where Dr. Eric Paul was having a training. And once I came back, as he was he says that I was your guinea pig for everything. Because before Reconnective Healing, I studied Theta Healing, I studied hypnotherapy, I studied intuitive anatomy. I studied many, many things in just 1 year span. Because when you get, I think when you get to know about this alternative wellness and spiritual modalities, it's like something has just opened up for you and you want to learn everything at the same point of time. And that's what I did. I started learning everything in 2007 and started applying everything on him. So he says, I was always your guinea pig. And maybe he was the reason why I'm here. But in 2010, when I took a call that, okay, this all is not giving me the result that I'm looking for, I went for this work called Reconnective Healing in Germany. I did the workshop, I studied it, and I came back and started, using it for my children, for my husband. I was also practicing all of it. I'd started a practice, so I started introducing it to all my clients. And the beauty was, not many things which was not even in my awareness in terms of my children also started healing, also started unfolding. So my son used to have an on and off cough, right? And he was a young baby. So I thought, okay, this is a way of growing, the teething troubles, or the child goes through all this. He was no doubt already 6 at that time, but I was taking it very lightly. But after this work, uh, somehow it so happened that I came to know the right reason for his cold and cough. And that was like an eye opener. I'm like, wow. And after we did whatever was needed, till date, he's 16 now and he's absolutely fine, no complaints of that kind of cough. Same with my daughter. So my daughter was very petite, okay, and had appetite issues. But as you feel, oh, kids have their tantrums. It's okay. It's okay. And finally, after this work, we came to a point where there was some kind of amoebic or some bacterial stuff in her gut, which was never taken care of, which never got highlighted. Suddenly came to our diagnosis, and she could then start becoming, better with her eating patterns, her growth, her all of it changed for her. So not only the husband, but it automatically affected the other areas of my life. And yes, if you ask what happened to your husband, my husband got his last gout attack in 2011, in January, and touch wood, till date, there's no gout. And that makes me feel so happy for choosing this work. And yeah, in gratitude that I got that awareness about, okay, this exists and it helped me so well. So why not go and spread the awareness? And then I decided to join the teaching team. Dr. Eric Paul has a global teaching team that goes all across the world, spreading the work, teaching, practicing, doing sessions. So I joined his team, and here I am. Last year, I got promoted as associate instructor, where I can run the trainings by myself, no doubt, with the support from our team. But yes, here I am to spread the awareness of this work. And Illuminations has been a second home, I must say, because I'm associated with them since 2015, and done a lot of work with Reconnective Healing at Illuminations. So it's a place that I always look forward to, and I'm so much in gratitude to. Coming to the philosophy of the work, so the philosophy of the work is very different. It's not what you usually hear from the other healing modalities. Firstly, there is no diagnosis. Okay, we don't diagnose, we don't analyze. It's okay if you even don't share your problem, because it's not about you and me. It's more about the intelligence of these frequencies, which knows, which knows where that change is necessary. I've realized with my practice that the more you get involved in the problem, the more your humanness is working there, rather than the divine that needs to come in action. And we as humans have a very limited area of possibilities. Maybe I can see something beyond the screen of my laptop or beyond that, but further than that, I don't have a bird eye view onto what is happening in my parallel world. Notice what is happening in rest of the roles and responsibilities that I play as a mother, as a daughter, as a wife, as a sister, as a healer, or whatever roles I have, right? Everything needs balance. All of you might be having an identity that the world knows you with. But on the other hand, you might be a mother, a sister, a daughter in law, aunt, a neighbor, an employer, employer, so many roles, and every role needs balance. And why? Because if any role loses that balance, rest all the areas of your life are going to be affected. So if you have a rebellious teenager in the house and you're trying to manage that teenager, you automatically lose as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister at work. It is going to affect you everywhere. Secondly, physics has proved that time is quantum. So we keep thinking, why me? We keep thinking I have associated patterns. We have so many thoughts and so many beliefs from our experiences. But many things could be coming from time and space. And in our humanness, we are not able to look there or what's coming from that time and space. But in reconnective healing, actually opens up your doorway. It's like a 4D bubble where the fourth dimension is time. And whatever within that, this frequency has its intelligence, which looks into all of it. And wherever the best change is necessary for you, that change happens. That the healing takes that form. And it's then like an onion peel effect. When one thing falls in place slowly and steadily, rest all starts coming in place. And you find that absolute balance. You find that absolute place of wholeness and wellness. And that's when you feel that joy and happiness about yourself, your life, and your very existence on the planet. And that itself makes difference to everything that you are looking for, because ultimately it's about to be whole, it's about to be complete, it's about to be in absolute balance. So reconnective healing works with this philosophy where we don't induce any light sound aroma. We don't touch, we don't talk. It's okay if you don't even tell us the problem, but yet we can do the healing by just moving the hands and accessing these frequencies. And the intelligence of the frequencies brings forth whatever is best necessary for you. So it's beyond a person and the practitioner and their intelligence, but it's all about the universal intelligence. So I love to share some healing stories and examples while I actually talk about this, that it's beyond all of it. The healing comes in the form that you might not even have imagined. It comes in various forms, and sometimes it's so beautiful that this thing might have not even crossed your mind, and it unfolds there. So I had a very healing is not about miracles. Again, I've understood with my practice of last 10 years with reconnective healing, before that a couple of years with other modalities, that healing is not about miracles. It's not about popping a pill and 8 hours you're pain free. It's not like that. Healing is more about healing yourself, making yourself to who you are, uh, connecting yourself to your actual essence, your actual potential, your actual power. We have always been associating healing with physical ailments or little things that's not right in our life, but it's more about embracing your wholeness, your identity, your very essence, your power, your potential, and your blueprint of who you are on this planet. What's your purpose? What are you here for, and what you should be doing? So it's a very beautiful philosophy. And in our practice, I've seen people actually finding their purpose. Sometimes they just come for a very generic healing. Okay, I have this and I need that to get all right. But they actually find a purpose. Their life becomes more meaningful, and then they vibrate with more joy and happiness, because that's what they are actually looking for without even realizing what they are looking for. So let me share some examples of the healing stories. I would say stories because it's like a story. It's like a fairy tale. Somebody comes with a problem and then what all unfolds. So I'm going to quickly share a couple of them, so you get an understanding that here, as we don't diagnose, we don't anticipate. So how it actually works. So I had a friend contact me to work on another friend of hers who had gone through a heart attack, who was admitted in a hospital, but he had no one who could take a call that he can go for a surgery. So I'm talking of a person who's admitted in the hospital because of a heart attack, but there is no immediate family who can take a call that okay, he can go through the heart surgery. And friends, of course, could not take a call because that involves money. There could be other things. So this friend called me that why can you do some healing, because maybe that way we can find a solution or we can help him. And I did three distance healing sessions over three consecutive days. And it, on the seventh day, this friend calls me, and he was almost in a semi-conscious state, kind of a coma, where he was not talking, not conversing, nothing. And after I worked on him on the seventh day, the friend calls me and says, "Hey, Bhairavi, I want to share something with you." So I said, "Is your friend doing well?" She's like, "Not only well, today he's discharged from the hospital." So after doing the distance session, within the seventh day, the person walked back home without having to go through the surgery or anything. That was one of its kind of miraculous case that I've come across. But sharing more about other ways the healing has unfolded, I worked with the 18-month-old baby. So he's a tiny 18-month, 1.5 year old, and he had to go through dialysis because when he was just 7 months, there was an overdose of paracetamol, which actually damaged his right kidney. And because of that, he had to go through dialysis every 15 days. So the little boy was there with the catheter, tucked to his tummy, and very weak and not very happy. And the mother got him saying that I've heard about something new that you're doing, and I would like to get my son the healing. So I was like, okay, let's work on him. I explained to her everything that we don't anticipate. Healing comes in its own way. And we did one session. After some time of that session, he had to go through the blood tests. And the blood test reports came where the potassium had increased. So the mother got paranoid. She panicked and she called me and she's like, "What have you done? In the kidney cases, the potassium should not increase, and after the healing the potassium has gone high. I'm wondering, why did I come to you? I should have known more about the work XYZ." So I said, okay, hey, look, I understand where you're coming from as a mother, but I trust this work, and I know it's beautiful. It's trying to tell you something. Hang on till your doctors can analyze the report. I don't stand anywhere to analyze this report. Let your doctors analyze the report, and then we can talk. So when the doctors analyzed the report, with all the questions or whatever, they came to know that the diet given to the baby was wrong. So the baby was given a lot of fruits. Fruits has a lot of potassium. And since seventh month till now, whatever diet that the baby was having, they had never monitored the diet, and the diet given was wrong. So the moment they corrected the diet, within 1.5 month, the baby was off the catheter and the kidney totally healed. No doubt, after the analysis, the mother came back. She took two more sessions, and she nicely shared with me after 1.5 months that he's off the catheter, and they were looking for his admissions in a play school. So it all fell in place. So healing sometimes even makes you understand where you're going wrong. It might give you the right diagnosis. You might start responding to the treatment in a better way. So anything that's going to bring you to balance is going to unfold for you. So I'm just giving these examples for a better understanding of this work. And not only in physical ailments, it's shown amazing results with emotional issues. So I worked with panic attack, depression. I worked with learning disability. I worked with ADHD children. I worked with migraines, spinal disorders, cancer, coma, epilepsy, many other things. I also worked for relationships. Sometimes, my spouse doesn't understand. We can still do the healing. My spouse won't listen. He won't come. He won't believe. He won't give permission. I can still work on him. And whatever is best necessary for him, the frequencies will unfold that for him. So when there is no attachment as a human to the outcome, it's much more better because you're allowing that wholeness, that that divinity, and that light to bring in whatever is best for you to live a life full of joy and happiness. So these were some, there are many, many such stories. I can go on and on, but I'm sure at a point you guys will get bored to listen to all the healing stories. So I'm just wanting to cover some more things and not take too much of time and then help you, feel the frequencies. So let me share you about science. We have always heard that science and spirituality go hand in hand, right? So when you talk of science, these frequencies have been approved by science. So there's a book called Science Proves Reconnective Healing. Science confirms reconnective healing. So some scientists from Stanford and Oxford universities who are into independent research have done a lot of research, and they have found how this frequencies is scientifically affecting you. So they've done tests on the water molecules. So they've done some research where they had two glasses of water, and the glass which had the frequencies, the water molecule actually comes into the correct the hexagonal position of the molecule, which makes the water crystalline. So your water becomes more pure, it becomes crystalline. There are no free ions, and it's much more healthier, wherein our body is three-fourth water. We are 75% water. So if our body is getting free of the free radicals, the free ions, our life is getting so much better. So there is an experiment also done on a leaf. So they kept a leaf without air, water, light, and soil, and two leaves were kept, and one was being given the reconnective healing frequencies. And after 90 days, the other leaf died, wherein this leaf still had life. So if you go and Google science confirms reconnective healing, you can see the images of all these experiments that have been done. Okay. And many, many experiments are done. Whoever is science oriented or wants to know more about the science of this work, you can always, just go on the internet and just write science confirms reconnective healing or reconnective healing and science, and all these experiments pop up. There is lots to read and understand of how it has been scientifically affecting the people. I have some pictures, but it might take me time to pull up on the screen because I'm not prepared for that today. I just wanted to make it more interactive and then later take people into more of experiencing these frequencies. So, yes, as I said, that's about the science of this work. So, if anybody has anything to ask, any questions, I see a couple of you here on the participant list. And if you want to ask something, you can just write on the chat and I'll see to it that I answer your question. And then I'm wanting to take you into a little feel the frequency. So let's experience it in our own hands and see how you feel about it. Yes, the world has become online. I would have loved to do all these things offline because there is so much more fun to see each other and work with the frequencies. But right now, if you have any questions, please write on the chat box.
I fully agree when you say that we should not be attached to the outcome because we let the wholeness, the divinity, um, bring the best for us. I really like it. That's true. I think that's really true.
I think the world is looking for that, Emmeline, because it's high time that we have been running a race, just running a race without knowing where we are heading to. And when you actually surrender and when you allow the divine flow, the intelligence to make happen whatever is best for you, life becomes so much more meaningful. And I'm an example of that. I was very logical headed, controlling, and everything that you would say, speaking out. But now I know how it feels. It's just amazing. Anybody else who would like to say something or have any questions, you can either put on the chat box or just quickly share with me. Okay, then are we good to feel the frequencies? At least I need something like a yes, yes, or something that you can show me that yes, you are excited. You can just show me a reaction or a little yes on the chat box that yes, we want to feel the frequencies. And if the camera is on, it would be so much better because I can see whether they're doing it correctly. So I would be really, I would appreciate if you can go on your cameras. If you're on the phone, just put your phone at some, just rest it somewhere. Yeah. Hi, you are already there in the universe. Amazing. I see a virtual background. Hi, Adelina. I know you're on the phones. Just rest your phone somewhere so you can use both your hands. Please do that. If you can just rest your phone at something on your table or at your bedside so you can use both your hands and I can help you with the session further. Amazing. So when we feel these frequencies, it's more about with the hands. Okay, it's there. It's there around you for years maybe, and now the time where we are, the transition or the spiritual awareness, or at the level we are with the evolution, we are now ready to embrace these frequencies, which are actually a spectrum of light, energy, and information. So I'm going to help you to feel it in your own hands. Okay. So all I want you to understand is your hand needs to be in a perfect anatomic position. So if you see my hand, it's not very tight, it's not very loose, it's perfect. It's a perfect anatomic position. Okay, and you can hold it like this as if it's a knife, and you can then bring it down, cutting there. So I just want you to hold it like this to the ear. Okay, see to it that it's not very light, it's not very tight, it's just perfect. It's a normal way you hold your hand. Okay, and slowly, very slowly, your hand is going to now talk to you. You need to listen to your hand. Okay, you need to pay attention to what the hand is doing. Don't close your eyes. We never close our eyes with reconnective healing. We are always eyes open, aware, alert. Okay, so it's not like other healings where I'll close my eyes, go into meditation and heal. You are alert, aware, and looking at the client and listening to your hand, which is going to, which is going to get those signals of what you're feeling with the frequency. Now, slowly, very slowly, I want you to start gliding down the hand as if you're cutting the air, as if you're slicing the air. You have to slowly, very slowly, it's very important to be slow. Start gliding it down very slowly. And when you're gliding, notice if you're feeling something. Are you already feeling something on your hand? We don't do it up and down. You're just going down. Don't do it up and down. Emmeline, don't do it up and down. Just take it down very slowly, very slowly. And at that time, just be alert and observe. Are you feeling something? Is there already some sensation? Is it hot, warm, cold? Is it feeling heavy? Are you already feeling the air around you? What's the feeling? Slowly bring it right in front of you and hold. Okay, just hold it right in front of you. Now take the other hand. Take the other hand and slowly start coming down, very slowly. Let your hand be loose and comfortable. Adelina, it has to be a little spread apart. Your hand is too tight like this. Just make it normal. Don't do this. So, yes. Start coming down slowly, very slowly. As you're coming down, again notice and observe if you're feeling something. Start coming down very slowly and bring the other hand also in front of the first hand. You might already be feeling as if both the hands are interacting with each other. There is some communication in between both the hands. Yes, you can nod because you are muted. You can just nod and tell me if you're feeling something. It could be tingling, awesome. It could be tingling or magnetic or vibration. I can see that smile on Adelina's face. It's bringing her some kind of joy already. So you can now just try and play around. Don't bring it in and out. We never do that. It's frequency. It always spreads. I just want you to see if you can play with this. It's like a ball of energy already in your hand, and see if you can just move and play with this, right? If you're enjoying what you're doing, the playing with the ball of energy, just nod your head. Yes, I know. Awesome. So it's so simple, it's so beautiful. Without doing anything, it's already bringing the smiles on your face. So it's all about that joy, that connection. And we didn't do anything. I didn't do anything by talking, any mantras, any chanting, any affirmations, nothing. I have not done any initiation for you, nothing. Yet you are feeling it because it's right here. It's for you to feel, experience, observe, notice, and be aware of these beautiful frequencies which can bring a lot of changes in your life. Okay, so you can drop your hand and see if you're feeling dry. And if there is dryness, just the moisture will return if you do this, right? The moisture just comes back as you do this. Would you like to do one more such exercise? Yes? Awesome. So let's do. Have you heard of the slinky? We had this spring like, bangle like spring, and we would play as children. Maybe not us, maybe our parents. They used to play with that slinky. Does it make sense when I'm talking of a slinky? No? No? Um, Okay, let it be. Let's do something where if imagine there's a quarter plate on your hand, okay? There's a quarter plate on your hand, and you're taking the other hand up and you have to move it like a clock. That will make more sense. Yes? I'm just going to adjust my camera so you can see what I'm doing. So I just want you to hold one hand as if you're holding a quarter plate on your hand, okay? Take the other hand on the top and place it as if it's on the 12 o'clock. On the 12 o'clock. Now slowly is the key, and the position of the hand is the key. Okay. If you become a practitioner, it's easy. You can do anyhow, anywhere. But as people who are just being introduced, you need to follow this. Now, on the 12, you are holding your hand on the 12. Slowly, very slowly, start gliding down towards 12:05. Very slowly. Keep gliding till you come to 12:10. Keep gliding till you come to 12:15. Is your hand already feeling something? Yes, there is a tightness or there is something. We will later listen to you what you felt. Keep gliding till you come to 12:30. Okay, slowly, very slowly. Keep gliding on this quarter plate as if it's a clock till you come to 12:30, 12:40, and now try to bring it reverse. Very slowly, start reversing. Very slowly. And see if there is a change as you reverse the feeling changes. Okay, these are not very definite, explained, defined feelings. It could be anything: hot, warm, cold, tightness, magnetic pull, vibration, heaviness. It could be anything. So you can play around this clock and see how you feel. You can go to the other side anti-clockwise. And are you noticing that while your top hand is moving and feeling, even your bottom hand is feeling something? It's reciprocating. It's reciprocating with the feeling of the top hand. We are not doing anything. I'm just showing you what to do. I'm not doing anything to induce these feelings that you're having with the frequencies. It's your experience, right? Okay, you can drop your hands because it's tiring also sometimes. So these are a couple of experiments and exercises, and we can do many more on offline mode because then I can absolutely see and understand whether you're doing it correctly. But would you like to share how you felt, Adelina, Emmeline? And if you have somebody around you, I would want you to grab, and we can also do a partner exercise. But I think that's asking too much. But I would love if you can share how you felt.
Yeah, it's something super strange because I used to, I didn't know anything about this. It's the first time that
Okay.
I hear, but sometimes I used to just hold my hands like this, and I was feeling
Okay.
make jokes like, oh yes, I have superpowers and stuff because I could feel like a ball of energy. And now you just shown us how it works, and I'm, how on earth, you know? I felt exactly the same thing, and that's why I was smiling and I was so joyful because, I mean, I discovered something that basically I probably knew, but I didn't know how it was named.
Yes, yes, that's the beauty of this work. We all know it, but we have not been able to access it. And now is the time that we need to access these frequencies, for our evolution, for the transition, for knowing who we are and our purpose on this planet. Because we all have heard that the world is transiting, that there is going to be evolution. So this is what
Yeah,
it is. Somewhere in yourself, you knew, and that's the reason you are on this call right now, right? Why not
sure.
everyone but you guys are here on this webinar? I always feel that this frequency calls its tribe. It knows who's ready. It's a very, very beautiful work. It's not for some people who are bound by going a conventional way. It's for people who can think big about this evolution. And that tribe is, I always say that, this frequency calls its tribe. Everybody has very beautiful experiences on my presentations and webinars because they're the chosen ones. That's what I feel. So thank you for sharing, Adelina. You somewhere manifested, you somewhere new, and today you made it possible for yourself. So I'm so glad. And if you're in
Thank
Dubai,
you.
please catch up with me. I'll be flying day after on Thursday. You can book a free consult and come and see me and know more about the work as well.
Sure, I will. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thanks. Hi, Emmeline. Would you like to share? You're already up there in the universe.
Yes. Actually, I already believe that everything is energy. So I have I have heard these terms before, like the third dimension, the fifth dimension, like that. And even the light here is getting dimmer, meaning there is a fluctuation of the energy, even in the bulb. So there is really the energy is really working, or
Work. Yeah, yeah,
the-
yeah.
and I really like it. I want it to to unleash its power, or anything that I can do with these methods. I really love it.
How sweet of
I
you.
hope
And yes, this,
how yeah.
yeah, tell me.
I hope you can teach us more, so we
Yes.
can really enjoy this everything.
I would love to, we might, I don't know, we might soon announce some workshop or training. As I said, I'm coming to Dubai at Illuminations. In case you want to see me, meet me, you're most welcome. Please contact them, they'll help you with that. And what you said, the bulb, yes, this frequencies does interfere with your electronics. They are so powerful. So it does happen that, the lights or the TV, and sometimes it brings that fluctuation, but believe me, it doesn't damage more of it, but it's just little fluctuation which makes you understand that we are here. They're showing you the presence that we are here. So that's amazing. Thank you for sharing, Emeline. And thank you both of you for going your video on and helping the rest also understand how it feels when you feel these frequencies. So I'm glad. As I said, I'm coming there. Please feel free to come and see me. You can book a free consult. They will help you, and I can share more details about what it is. Even if you want to become practitioners, what you can do, I can definitely share all of it with you. So thank you so much. Other than that, if you have any questions, this is the time you can ask me the questions.
I would like to ask you something because, again, uh, a coincidence that I know doesn't exist is the fact that you studied Theta Healing and I did as well. So this is how I discovered this is how I discovered this world, let's say, and I fell in love with whatever is related to this. And I just wanted to ask you if there is any, um, let's say, anything in common with theta healing and this technique that you are using.
Uh, no, Adrina, there is nothing in common. So theta, I know we both have learned it. So you know it works on beliefs and feelings, but this is a purely energy work. So it has nothing. There's no communication. Theta has so much of digging and knowing the problem and taking you to the depth of the issue, unfolding or digging. Yeah, there is nothing like that. There's no communication. You just make the person lie down on a massage bed, and with the hands, we work with the frequencies. And during that time, the person has their own experiences because it's highly, energy work. So they have their experiences which are very metaphysical. They see, sense, feel. They may or they may not. Again, it's not compulsory for them to feel, but there is no nothing common.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as
Okay.
working, there is nothing common, but the results are very different. So in theta, it's a very it's contained to the problem area you are working on. Here, whatever is necessary, it automatically unfolds.
Okay. Got it. I'm asking
Great.
because even during theta sessions, most
Yeah,
of the time I was feeling a very powerful energy in my hand. When you hold the hand, when you do it,
yeah.
let's say face to face,
Hmm.
I used to feel a very powerful energy most of the time. It would depend on the person that I was doing the session on, or the person that was doing the session on me. But most of the times there was a lot of energy and a very powerful, actually, energy there. So I thought that somehow there must be something in common.
Could be, I'm sure could be. And you can read more about the work. It's called The
Hmm.
Reconnection. The website is thereconnection.com. You can read more about what it is. It's Dr. Eric Paul's, company website, and it has all the details, blogs, lot many things. It will help you a lot to understand it better. So you can always do that. And when I come there, I'll be more than happy if you're in Dubai and you want to come and see me. I'll be more than happy to
Sure.
interact and give you more details about the work.
I will surely do. When you said again you are coming?
I'm flying in on Thursday, so I would be available mostly from Friday, Saturday onwards. You can just contact the
Okay.
center and they'll help you with everything.
Sure. Okay,
I would love
amazing.
to, yeah, I would love to see
I will
people
do.
who are finding their, belonging to this work. So that would be amazing.
Yes, definitely. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And that is from me today. And I'm glad you both participated and some more people who were there. So thank you. There is something that brought us all together in this space. So my heartfelt gratitude for all of you to be here this evening and listen out to this amazing work that I'm so fascinated with. And for any questions, you can write to me or you can contact Illuminations to get in touch with me. Thank you. Good night. Sleep well and stay safe. Thank you so much.
Um,
Bye bye.
Thank
and
you.
Mom,
Good night.
can
Yeah,
I
Emily.
ask you last
Yeah,
one
you
last,
can.
like,
Yes, yes,
can
yes, yes.
we do this technique when, for example, we have a particular question that we like to ask ourselves, and if we do this method, like the hand, like what you taught us, can we do this, and then if there is resistance, or if we feel a resistance, or if there is no resistance, can we attribute it to the answer we are asking from
No, 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 no.
ourselves?
So it's not about asking questions to yourself, but the moment you practice this or you take the healing sessions, your awareness is becoming much more higher. Your consciousness changes. You are in a heightened awareness, and that heightened awareness automatically gives you the answers that you're looking for. The shift in the consciousness puts you in the right place in your life. So by experiencing a healing session or yourselves, if you are practicing it, being in the frequency, basically after doing the sessions, consciousness changes, your awareness is in a heightened state, and so automatically
Yes.
you get those answers,
Okay.
right?
And we
It
can
so
always.
happens, yeah, it happens many a times that you're thinking of something and somebody calls up and you get the answer in that person's call. You're thinking of something and the news channel puts out something which gives you an answer, or you see the headlines which gives you an answer. So it is a very automatic thing about your
Um,
consciousness which shifts.
I see. So we can always trust it. It's like an intuition or a gut
Yes,
instinct or
yes.
epiphany or like that.
Yes.
So we can
So the
always
more
trust
and
it.
more, yes, the more and more you are with the frequency, once you take the sessions, the healing sessions are also like a 30-minute of interaction, like 30, 40 minutes of interaction with the frequency. So it automatically shifts your awareness, your consciousness, and your awareness changes to a level where things are automatically unfolding for you. Your opportunities come to your door. There is a different sense of peace and calm that you experience, only not for yourself but everything around you. People have seen relationships changing, people have seen career paths opening, they've seen opportunities coming in, they've seen things which they've not even dreamt of coming their way. So it's a very beautiful experience overall.
And it's like it's is it also going to warn us like there is an impending danger? Can we also use it,
Could be,
the
as I said,
awareness?
the instinct makes you feel, what is right and what is wrong. Many a times things come
I
our way
see.
and we feel, oh, why I wanted to do this, why I'm stopped, why didn't it work for me? The God does this with me every time. But if you wait, you realize why exactly that happened. It was for your best,
Yes,
right? So
like
if
everything is for the best. Mhm.
exactly. So it sees to it that in your day-to-day life also, if something is not right, it just stops you from doing. It's very automatic. The right kind of people come in your
Okay.
life,
Yes,
toxic
yes,
people start moving out of your
yes,
life. It
yes,
happens
yes.
very naturally and automatic.
Okay, it's yes, that's true. It's like you have to do not. I mean, you have
You
to
have to be in
do
the
nothing.
flow and you have
Yes,
to, enjoy the frequencies, and it automatically keeps doing what it
yes,
needs to do. So there is
yes.
another application also to this work, which is called the personal reconnection. I missed on talking about that. So the personal reconnection is where we connect your body's energy grid to the cosmic energy grid. And when that
Mm,
connection happens, you have an accelerated life path. Your life purpose becomes clear. Your manifesting powers increase. It's a very, very divine process done only once in lifetime. That cannot be done in distance. It has to be done when you're personally present. So if you have to do the healing session, you can do it in distance. You can do without permission. You can do without knowing the problem. Healing can has no limitations. You can do it whenever, however, for whomever you want. But the reconnection, the personal reconnection, is a soul's choice. It's when your soul decides, okay, I want to do it. I need to be on that evolutionary path. You choose the personal reconnection. It's an application done over 2 consecutive days when you're physically present, where we use the frequencies to connect your body's energy grid to the cosmic energy grid, the energy grid of the ley lines and the planet and the universe. And when that connection happens, you access your original blueprint. You access to who you are, and your life path starts accelerating. It's basically done for evolution. So that is the other application of this work. We only do the healing or the personal reconnection, and all of it then actually changes the life overall.
yes, wow.
Glad you brought up the question. Otherwise, I would have forgot to talk about the personal reconnection.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anything else I can help you with before we end the call?
Just the last question. You said that there is a book called Science Roots
Uh,
Reconnective.
yes. So there are 3 books about this work. You want me to put it on
Okay.
the chat?
If you can, yes, would be amazing.
Okay, I'm just going to put it on the chat. You can read about the books or you can Google the work. Okay, and I'm just putting it on the chat. Give me a moment. So this is one book. The second is, I hope you can see the books coming in.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So there is one more book. I'm going to quickly just. Okay. There are three books in all, which are very nice if you want to read. Solomon speaks on. So I'll just tell you what each book is about, so it helps you to. Okay, so the book called The Reconnection by Dr. Eric Pearl is actually the book which says the entire story of Dr. Eric Pearl and talks in detail about the philosophy of the work. Science Confirms Reconnective Healing is all about the science that has been published about the work. And Solomon Speaks on Reconnective Healing is a book about the channelings that Dr. Eric Pearl had when he came to know about this work. So when this work came to him, he didn't know what is happening. He was a chiropractor. But through different people, and when they were channeling during the healing sessions, he came to know that, okay, this work is called about energy. This work is about light and information. So the channelings is there in the book called Solomon Speaks on Reconnective Healing.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So all the three books should, yeah. So if you read, the first book should be The Reconnection by Dr. Eric Paul. You should read that
Okay.
first and then any other book.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so
I put
much.
all three of them on the chat. Welcome. I hope you've taken down, then
Thank
I
you
can just
so
end the
much.
meeting. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. I took note already.
Yes.
Super, super. All the best. And if
Thank
you can, I'll see you
you.
at Illuminations. Thank you
See
so
you
much.
soon.
Good night. Stay
Thank
safe.
you.
Good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye bye. Bye.
Good night,
Good
Bye.
night.
everyone.
Good night.
Bye.